Okay, this is a review on how to roll out the pectoral region. What you're going to do, it works best if you can find a corner, and I'll show you here in a second why, but any wall will do really, just corners help a little bit. The pectoral muscle, if you remember, it takes the arm and it pulls it in, and it also rotates your hand down. Think of the position like when you're typing or something like that. Even though you're not really flexing it, you're making this muscle tight. So we have to remember when we're going to roll this muscle, we want to do the inverse, which is bring the arm back, and most importantly, turn the hand up. Externally rotate the hand. I always say to people, if you're going to iron a shirt, you don't wad it up and throw it on the table and throw the iron on it. You have to flatten it out as best as possible and then iron it. That's sort of what this is doing. We're taking the pec muscle, which is all wadded up right now, and we're laying it out flat, stretching it out, and then we're going to roll it. So I'm going to show you how it looks against the wall in a second here, but just to demonstrate so you can see it. After I have my arm back, hand up, I would pin the ball between my chest muscle and the wall, something like this. Right about here is where the pectoral tendon is. That's usually where you want to start and work in here. You can work all the way in here to the sternum and into this muscle here, but most of the tense spots are going to be probably out here more. So start out here first, okay? So I'll do it both ways, but just so you can see, ball's here. I'm pinning it against the wall. The reason a corner helps is now I can stick my head across like this, as opposed to if the wall's there, I have to kind of pull my head back. Can't see it, but my hand's back and up right now. And you have to use a little bit of leverage to push in here. I can't just do this. It's not going to do anything. So I'm leaning into a little bit. I'm pushing until I find a sore spot and say, okay, that's a good spot. I'm just going to hold it for 30 seconds. You don't really need to wiggle and move around a whole lot. If you want to, fine, but for the most part, just get on a sore spot and hold it for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds has elapsed, you will switch sides. I do not advise holding your arm up for more than 30 seconds in this position. It's kind of awkward. It might start to create some stress in your shoulder, possibly irritate a nerve. Speaking of nerves, there's a nerve bundle that comes off of your neck right here, runs down here underneath all this, and then ultimately goes down your arm. It's called the brachial plexus. Sometimes I've been showing this to patient, and sometimes I've been doing some of the pectoral work in here, and it makes their arm go numb or they get funny symptoms down their arm. That probably means you're on the brachial plexus. What I advise is if you find you're on it and it's making your arm go numb, try moving it to a different spot and see if that alleviates it. If it does, good. If it doesn't, you want to bring that up with me. We might have to address that, but it's also possible that we just might need to work through some areas here. There might be some entrapment or something like that, but please bring it up with me if you have any questions or concerns about it. I'll show you one more time going the other way. So ball is going to be pinned between here, hands up and out, head straddling the corner. I'm leaning into it. I found a good spot. I'm not going to hold it the full 30 seconds, but we hold it for 30 seconds. When we're done, repeat on the other side. So for the most part, I have people do two 30-second spots. So 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, done. If I told you to do differently, that's what you'll do. That's the pec ball rolling technique.